Wholecoiners, they're going to get half of what is coming because big banks need to mint them before anything else really happens. They got to mint them first. This Chip Mahoney, this is where you are today with me, and I'm speaking about Wholecoiners and maybe the digital dollar as well, because that might be the token you're looking for. JP Morgan calls Bitcoin the debasement trade. Well, that might be true, but I've also seen Bitcoin go to 126,000 lately, dipping back to 119,000 or so, 120,000, give or take. That's not really debasement, that's volatility with the idea that it will go up in the future, and it will. It will go to 126,000 again, 150,000, 200,000, maybe 250,000 before the end of the year. And then what happens from there when retail is asleep at the wheel right now, which they are? They're not paying attention. Some people are. Some people are getting into this market because they see the writings on the wall. They can understand what's taking place, that shift. They can kind of feel the tremor of an earthquake. And that makes sense. But retail in general is not here, not like they were at the end of last year in 2024. And they're in for quite a surprise. So Bitcoin is the thing that they will chase because that's what they've been conditioned to. The biggest networks, media never speak in Satoshis. They do not educate the audience. They speak in terms of Bitcoin or one Bitcoin. And when it gets to 250,000 and people finally decide to get in on this, they are going to replace the American dream with owning one Bitcoin to afford it all, where they can't afford any of it. Therefore, having sticker shock when they get to the exchanges. Hey, is it really 250 grand? How do I get that money to get one Bitcoin? Got to get some Bitcoin. So that kind of thing is emotional based. It's chasing green candles, a lot of emotion. And so I think that will lead to sticker shock, FOMO into alts because they want to participate. Emotionally, they're there. And then you have a lot of green candles on some pretty good looking altcoins that, for the most part, they've already run, in my opinion. They could go up, but if you hang around too long, if you're at the party too long, you're going to get busted by the cops at 3 a.m. You got to leave. And they're not going to see that. It's going to be very distracting because everybody's getting rich. Everybody's getting rich at the same time. It's now my turn to get rich. And this is the new American dream because this is America. And we have Coinbase and Kraken, which are the two biggest exchanges. They control this narrative in so many ways, in my opinion. So one Bitcoin and Wholecoiners, JP Morgan says Bitcoin is a debasement trade, but it's really volatile. So the digital dollar comes into play. And when now we have BRICS nations going against the dollar to do business in other currencies because they're doing that on purpose. And so the dollar itself sitting in a bank account, particularly here in the United States, is eroding as we speak. And so it's a good idea to get ahead of maybe 99% of investors out there in Web3 and just bring some dollars on chain. Not everything, but some of it, because it is eroding. There is debasement. There is a hurdle rate to get over. And the price of groceries and gas never goes down. It's just going to go up and just going to hurt more. And that's a problem. So it's about bringing dollars on chain, in my opinion. Not everything, even as low as $10. Bring it on to Coinbase through the base blockchain, USDC, let's say, and then go from there. And I do have options for you to check out digital dollar onboarding if you need help with that. But those links will be there in the description. But nonetheless, just to think in terms of that way, because I think that you're going to get ahead of the crowd if you think in terms of dollars eroding in the bank, BRICS is doing what it is. It's not a debasement trade, speaking of Bitcoin, because it's too volatile. It's too volatile, really. It is going to go up. Yes, of course. So consider it like a savings account as well. Save some Bitcoin. Always have some Bitcoin. But think in terms of the dollar, taking advantage of that, bringing it into a network dollar, and then move at the speed of crypto. And then there's a lot that you can do with it from there, which I can help you with as well. So link in the description to see all the options. and you're going to get that. So this Chip Mahoney signing off on this video. Thanks for checking it out today. But for sure, Wholecoiners, in my opinion, they're going to get half of what's coming. They're going to get something, but they're going to get half of what's coming. And the media is minting them as we speak. They only speak in terms of Bitcoin or one Bitcoin, not Satoshis or a percentage of, or even other things to pay attention to at this time. There's a lot going on. Don't miss it. And I'll have more for you next time. But in this video, I'm out. Thanks for being here.